already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom! In your face! On a Saturday morning, 2 hours, one-on-one. We will spin the wheel to a lot of things in the next 2 hours. I'd like to warn people that depending on the way the wind blows, that's where we could end up. So buckle in, enjoy the ride, participate if you want. If you want to be a part of what is going on this morning and part of the conversation, feel free to text in on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. If you want to be a part of it, like you had something to say, let me know where you are and what you're watching today, because it's a busy sports weekend. It's a busy sports Saturday in Lincoln. It is, of course, Easter weekend, and we will not be live streaming tomorrow. We'll have national content for you over the course of it. But, it's a busy sports weekend. Lots going on. Playoffs are starting all over the place. And I'll dive into some of the different pockets of playoff sports because it's interesting times. You can follow on all the video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo Channel 961 if you want to be a part of it as well. Jackson is going to man the board and make sure the mothership keeps moving. And I'll bounce him in several times through the course of this thing to make sure that these thoughts that are in my head, as my buddy David Locke likes to say, clear the noggin. That I work from this space that I do not have all the answers, but I should always try to get to the right question. And that simplifies sports talk radio for me, is that I don't have to know everything. As Steve Sipple likes to say, we should talk about what we know and then ask what we think we know. But the difference being is that we don't always know what we don't know. Right? So you don't know your blind spots, and you have no idea what you have no idea about. So through the course of the next 2 hours, and it's going to be a good Saturday, the usual suspects will come in. Looking forward to seeing Tank Perry and Jim Sandman up next, and then Chancellor Brewington, and then some Chubbs, and we appreciate the folks from LIBA. I got the notice that they were going to punt until next week, and it's like, okay, 2 hours, yeah, I can talk 2 hours. As a matter of fact, my wife can validate that quite frankly, hit the on switch and let it go. I do want to start with our friends at Nebraska men's tennis. A big part of what we do is being able to highlight good people doing good things, and then to get you to know some of the people behind the scores and behind the programs. And having been around athletes and coaches my entire life, you start to identify good people in those positions, and good being relative to what each of us determine is good. But people that for the most part are trying to do the right thing the right way to get the right result. And just starting from that's not that's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. It's not as easy to do in some programs as others. One of the schools that I coached at, it was in fact a basketball school. So think Duke, where basketball rules the roost, and every other sport is trying to carve out its own niche. And yes, football, because of the nature of football, the size, the time of season, the community tied around it, football tends to, in most spaces, dominate that space. We can say that about Nebraska, and that would be absolutely true. Creighton, it would be not so much, right? Depends on the environment that you're in. But to watch, and I really dislike the way that the way it can be described as a non-revenue sport. Non-revenue simply means that, like in my head, it just means that the resources for revenue are not used to facilitate fan support and otherwise as much as the majors. And in most colleges, and we can speak to Nebraska, that football is the straw that stirs the drink. As a matter of fact, it is the drink. And it makes sense that because of the way it's been built and the way communities have been built and alumni and student recruitment is built, football is a big part of it. Then there's, I would think that basketball in the space, baseball/softball, depending on the programs and the part of the country, geography matters. That if you're California, Florida, Texas, because of weather and climate, you're allowed to you're able to have people who play the sports more during the course of the year. There's more land for spaces to be built, facilities to be built. So, if you will play the game more in those spaces than you would middle of the country where weather can hold you down and you don't always middle of the country, if there's land, a lot of it's used for agriculture rather than recreation, and that makes perfect sense because revenue. But to watch what the university will define as Olympic sports, the Olympic sports, so all the sports that you can carry forward, you can participate in at a high level, and then ultimately they fall in line with the things that in the Olympics you can target the Olympics as the apex, but I'm not sure that as professionals. You may not be a professional in that sport. You have to be elite to be professional in that sport. Wrestling being among that. Volleyball, women's volleyball has changed. It's evolved into a revenue sport from the Olympic sport. So it's been isolated. It's kind of its own unicorn. But, the same thing applies that if you just say volleyball versus beach volleyball, which is its own college sport. And again, I go back to the other spaces that California, Texas, Florida, where the climate allows for beaches to exist and for you to get those reps and working. Tennis is another one of those things that in the spaces where there are more people, there's better competition, a deeper pool of competition, a deeper pool of resource, a deeper pool of recruitment tools to use. And until a few months ago, I had never asked the question, well, what's Nebraska high school tennis about? What's it like? And I asked Peter Kobelt that question. He said, yeah, the difficulty is in playing in the Big Ten. Now, before it was difficult anyway. Ohio State does a really good job with facilities and resource and recruitment, and they have the longevity. Michigan, there are programs, Michigan State, that have put resource into building their men's and women's tennis programs. And while Nebraska has, the Dillon Center is an amazing facility. And if you have not gone to a tennis match, do so. Last night they played outdoors, but the indoor facility that's attached to the soccer facility. So if you know where the soccer games are, women's soccer is played, you also know where men and women's tennis is being played. But they have an indoor facility, and then they have a copied facility outdoors, so that when the weather allows, those matches can be played outdoors. And funny thing is that, so they set rules, wind conditions play into whether you can be outdoors, temperature, of course, that it has to be above 50 for 2 of the 3 hours that you're scheduled to play. Wind has to be under 15 miles per hour, I would think, is the number. So, and Midwest kids who play tennis would probably be familiar with that. One, you're okay with playing indoors. 2, and it's a different style of play and a different style of recruiting, playing indoors and outdoors. So, wind temperatures, breeze, all those things. But last night, Nebraska men's tennis rolled into, they've been on the road. They went on the road in the Big Ten and won 2 consecutive road matches in the Big Ten, which I don't care what sport it is. You go on the road in the Big Ten and win back-to-back. It's hard enough to get one on the road. Just wrap your brain around the fact that if you could say that Nebraska football, Nebraska men's basketball, Nebraska women's basketball, Nebraska baseball, Nebraska softball went on the road back-to-back in the Big Ten and won, how absolutely impressive that is. Well, it's just as impressive to say that about Nebraska men's tennis, that to go on the road in the Big Ten and win back-to-back is pretty remarkable. So circle that. And that in that they had improved and pushed themselves into the top 40 in the country. Again, not necessarily familiar or assumed space for Nebraska tennis, but okay, right? So you're in the top 40, but hey, here's what happened. So again, imagine this in any other sport, that if Nebraska basketball got to the top 40 and then they then had to host back-to-back at Pinnacle Bank Arena, they had to host Michigan State and Michigan, who are all both sitting inside the top 25, right? And that you had to base your NCAA resume on the results of you being able to get a win against a top 25 Big Ten team after winning 2 Big Ten road matches. It's like, you could say that about Nebraska wrestling. If they went on the road in the Big Ten and won back-to-back meets and then had to come back in order for them to make the NCAA tournament to fit into this space, you would go, whoa, oh, okay. Well, that's where Nebraska was, sitting in the top 40 with some idea that 40, I think Peter said 44 to 46 teams will make the NCAA tournament this year, right? And most of that's at large and et cetera, right? So you've got to really build your resume up. Sitting at 38 or 41, depending on the poll in the group. Here comes number 24, number 25 or number 26 or number 24 USC. And USC in tennis is still USC. Like, that's a prominent program. That's a blue blood tennis program. But Nebraska had never played USC. And USC had never played Nebraska. But also, just jokingly and laughingly, it was, do you want to play USC indoors or do you want the weather factor? And a smile crossed Coach's face, like, I'd be okay with playing outside. They're not probably used to playing at 52 degrees with a 13-mile-an-hour wind crossing their face. They're probably, we'll take whatever advantage you can get. Well, to do this thing that happened, the way college tennis works is you play 3 doubles matches to start the meet, and it's generally your combination of players and trying to figure out who plays best together, but ultimately who are your best 3 doubles teams. And that may not be your best 6 players. It may be 4 of your best singles players, and then you have 2 players who play doubles tennis better than anybody else on the team. So you try to figure that out because you need to win. Whoever wins 2 of the 3 doubles matches gets the first point of the match. And they play 1 set, and it is an advantage because if you win the doubles, if you win 2 of the 3 doubles, you're up a point. You now just need to split the singles matches because it's first to 4. First to 4. And it could be any it could be your bottom 3 players who happen to win. You can't just be top heavy in the Big Ten. You've got to have 6 guys who can carry the mail. Because if you can't, if your top 3 are aces and you're all, you've got 3 of the top 100 players, yeah, you're at advantage and likely, but you still have to win the doubles. And quite frankly, you're putting yourself at risk. Nebraska last night did a thing that, to start it off, and Peter Cobell literally said that we have to figure out a way to win the double. In order for this to go the way we want for it to go, the way we think it can go, is that we need to win in doubles. And to go through and win in the doubles, to win 2 of the 3, it was pretty amazing to watch. And to say, I think coaches and players tend to be honest about the competition level. Like, when somebody's on your level or better than, like, where you are on the spectrum, but you still train with the idea that if we do, as long as you come up with a plan to do the things that you do best often, you can do well. And you can say that for every sport. Do the things that you can do best often and consistently, and you'll be successful. And that's been the talk for Nebraska tennis. So the number one doubles team, Calvin Mueller and Lars Johan, they won their first win. And that's an undefeated pair. Like that doubles team hasn't lost this season. Anton Schaap and Henry Bilicic also won 6-4, locking in the doubles. And so Nebraska goes up 1-0. Then you go through the singles matchups. And here's the thing that happened. USC's number one is a legitimate contender for being the best college tennis player in the country. And did what they did. Mac is currently 17th in the country. And point of reference, Mueller's top 70. This guy's top 20. So top talent did what top talent does. But as it played out, the number 2 seed for Nebraska was actually lower ranked than USC's number 2. Got the win. So now it's 2-0 Nebraska. Number 1 finishes the match, wins for USC. It's 2-1. The number 3 seed, I believe, number 4 seed, wins for USC, ties it at 2. But down at the bottom of this thing, at 5 and 6, it's going to come down. It's going to come down. Nebraska goes up 3-2 with a win, and now it's the 5 and 6 seeds battling it out. And mind you, how good the tennis was last night. That Nebraska's all their single wins were straight set wins. It's the best of 3, and they to get straight set wins against USC. Hey, applaud yourself and stand. But you're watching this thing go back, and then the 6th seed for Nebraska battled. Great return and volley to end the match, and the celebration that happened in the middle of the court. Again, I'm a tennis fan. I'm not a tennis aficionado, but watching sports play out, you identified the struggle of a team, the friction that the team has to encounter, the momentum. You feel the momentum building, and then you watch the celebration, and you can't help that your humanity just has to jump in, and you smile because these are Nebraska Huskers having a moment, an athletic success moment. And the dog pile, was more like puppies jumping over treats. It was more like puppies jumping for treats as they just stood in the middle of the court and jumped up and down. And you just felt good because you knew, one, this was a big moment for Nebraska tennis. It was a big moment for those young men. It was a big moment for the fans that were there, for the folks who withstood the weather. It's a pretty cool thing to watch. And yeah, considered an upset. Like it's an upset. But in trying to settle into your NCAA tournament resume, Nebraska is now 15-7 this year. And almost as important, or maybe more importantly, they're 8-4 in the Big Ten Conference. They're 8-4 in the Big Ten Conference. And I think I'm pretty sure that the 8 wins is a program record for in conference. So 8 wins in the Big Ten Conference. Yeah, it says it extends the team record for most league victories in a season. And case in point, Nebraska being 15-7, UCLA's 13-9, and now 7-5 in the Big Ten. So the Huskers are ahead of USC in the Big Ten Conference. But as the Big Ten does, no time to sleep on your laurels. Hey, good job knocking off number 25. Guess who's coming to town? Number 21, UCLA. So, and it's senior day tomorrow. 12 noon. They will open doors at 11. They will honor the seniors at 11:35. So if you're looking for something free to do for the family, free admission tomorrow at the Dillon Tennis Center, and there's free pizza, free tennis for the entire family. I'll repeat that because I know how y'all like it. Free tennis, free pizza tomorrow at Dillon Center as they take on number 21 UCLA. But a big night for men's tennis. Quite frankly, to be fair and honest, Coach Herman of women's tennis, they went on the road to number 18 Washington. And they were 2 service points from knocking off number 18 Washington. They fell 4-3, but Herman had them playing on the road. You know, it could have been a special night for both tennis programs. But shout out to Peter Cobalt and the men's tennis Huskers for a big win over USC. With the break, come back. Well, shout out the Lincoln Stars. Lincoln Stars get it done in playoff hockey. We'll talk about that when we come back to the ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Spring is right around the corner, and now's the time to get your John Deere mower prepared for the grass to turn green. To get you ready, Acres reduced the price of its John Deere mower blades, filters, belts, and home maintenance kits by 15%. Gator UTV maintenance parts are also 15% off. Regular maintenance will keep your John Deere equipment going for years. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Offer expires May 31st, 2025. Visit your local Acres for details or go to acres.com to start shopping today.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, One-on-One. As the music plays, if you thought for one hot second that on WrestleMania weekend we wouldn't talk wrestling, are you mad? You must be mad. Simply mad. Do you not know me? Of course we're going to talk WrestleMania. Of course, when you hear the first strands of the horn, and you know that the John Cena sucks chants will begin, and it will be a spectacular evenings in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas. WrestleMania is in Las Vegas. Glorious. I love y'all a lot. That is the only reason I'm not in Las Vegas. Because it is an entire week of the history of WrestleMania. I'm told, I have friends that are there in Vegas, and they said that the WWE has put together the greatest merch shopping opportunity that's ever existed in the history of man. Everything from championship belts, championship belt wristwatches, which it will take every bit of the adult in me to not have a WWE championship belt wristwatch. I don't need it. I have zero need for it. I have all the want. I have all the want. I am a grown man, baby. I can tell you that, quite frankly, the fact that I literally went to the WWE shop website to just look at at WrestleMania Vegas gear, right? Just like, because that's part of, like, when you go to an event, whether it's PBA, CHI, it doesn't matter. But when WWE comes to town or UFC comes to town, the line at the merch booths, remarkable. And the psychology behind it, like, somebody needs to do like a TED Talk on what makes people buy shirts at events. Like, what part of our humanity absolutely demands that we put a flag, a mental, emotional, and physical flag into being at that event that night forever forward. It's the same thing that applies for all the old heads. Jackson, you could text your dad and ask him how many concert ticket stubs he has from back in the day. We're a weird breed because it was a thing to just hold on to. Like, if you're listening now, and just text in, do you have ticket stubs? Yes or no? And then if you do, what's it to? Because that used to be a thing before everything became digital, and it's a part of why what you lose in it being digital is the keepsake. Is back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, when you went to a concert, and Jackson, you can go to eBay. Just pull it up on your phone. You can go to eBay and pull up ticket stubs. That it was such a part of who we were and who we are to just keep a keepsake, right? How you doing, Brian, on a Saturday, bro? Appreciate you. Yeah, monster trucks are here in town too. Yes, sir. But it used to be that so I can tell you all. Let me go through some of the ticket stubs I used to have. And I had them until I moved to Lincoln, Nebraska. I had ticket stubs from seeing Fleetwood Mac, Prince, the Jackson tour at RFK Stadium. I had a ticket stub of seeing Dueling Pianos with Elton John and Billy Joel at RFK Stadium. I probably had more Hootie and the Blowfish ticket stubs than literally its own book. REM. I saw REM in DC back in 1986. I saw David Bowie had the ticket stubs held on Journey, Earth, Wind and Fire, Commodores, Parliament. Man, yeah. And the same thing applies because you would go, there were books of ticket stubs, boxes. I'm almost sure if you're over the age of 35, I would think that may be a low number, but 35, I would think, before every concert ticket is on your phone. And it's so much so that now you can actually, when you purchase a ticket, you can actually click a button that says, I want a hard copy ticket as well. But that on the wall, so there were these cardboard display boards that everybody would have in their bedroom. And on that cardboard, you get the little tacks, and you would have this collection of ticket stubs. And Jackson, y'all don't know how good y'all have it. Okay, first of all, y'all don't. Okay. It's so good. Okay, down the rabbit hole we go. That's 100%. So, back in the day, you would, there's a place in Lincoln, and y'all can tell me what that place was, but pretty much it was like an apartment store. Like it was like a department store that hosted the ticket sales business. And in Virginia and DC, it was, there were several places, usually like the Heck Company or Sears or somewhere. And in that, they would have this department where if you were going to go to instead of going to the box office, you could go to the box office, stand in line, or you could go to this department store and get your tickets. But the day the tickets were being released, you would go to Sears. And the line, there would be this line of snakes, like a snake line of people through the store, lined up, and you would wait hours to get these tickets. So imagine somebody was coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena, right? That everybody wanted to see. And you couldn't just call. And you weren't doing call and give your credit card over the phone to buy tickets and, hey, I trust you to pick them up later. No, no, sir. And if you weren't a credit card person, you had to do cash. So you had to take cash down to the store and stand in line and wait. And there's thousands of people in line to get these tickets. So think 20,000 tickets, unless you're buying them in blocks of 4, right? That's 500 people standing in line no matter what. No matter what, at any given time. And it's a crapshoot because you had to go to, and they would always start the ticket sales at 12 noon. So you had to leave work and come up with some excuse for leaving work. But everybody knew because you'd make the excuse and you go in line and then you'd see people you work with and your boss going, yeah, doctor's appointment. Sure, cool. Gotcha. But we would keep these. And then the fact that you didn't, I want to say how good we had it because Jackson, who's your favorite band?
Oh, that's so hard.
Who's your favorite band?
That's such a hard answer.
Like if they were going to play at PBA, you would just go, yep, going.
Band, like a whole band.
Yeah. Or it could be music at.
Right now, I listen to a lot of Luke Combs. I'm just gonna say Luke Combs.
Okay, so if Luke is coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena, how much would you pay to go see Luke?
This is the thing because price gouging is so whatever that $200 could be a nosebleeder nowadays.
Right.
I'd pay $150 for a good seat. A good seat, good sound, good everything.
Okay, so now you can do it digitally, and you can see you'll know where the tickets are, like when you're sitting on your phone. But imagine standing in this line, and you walk in, and let's just say there's 1,500 people in the line, and you start doing calculus on the number of tickets that are just going to fly off of the available list just from the line, and you're hoping, you're praying that by the time you get to the front, that the lower bowl seats aren't all gone, that the best upper bowl seats aren't gone. And then you start doing the math like, okay, you walked in there hoping that I can get a good seat. Then you're just hoping, okay, it's just a seat. Like I just want to be in the building. I don't care. I'm going to find out at the break and I'm going to verify, but I'm going to tell you that all the bands and Hall of Fame musicians that I saw that I never paid $100 for a ticket back in the day.
I mean, I'd imagine that. Yeah, sounds about right.
That I once held in my hand a Super Bowl ticket that cost $150.
That's incredible.
So I have to remember that while you have it made because it's convenient and digital and easy, I had it really good. Even though everything was work, it was laborious, but relative to what y'all are spending on tickets now.
If you can even get them.
Like they were telling the story of how much it used to cost to go to Memorial Stadium for spring games and how much it was for actual tickets. Like the best seats in Memorial back in the day is the same price as the get-in seats at Memorial right now. So we need to do a study on one, what is the thing in us that makes us want to have to just lock in the memories, right? That we want to keep the memories, we want proof. And it might be this, that when you wear the shirt, one, you help find your tribe, right? Because those are your people. Like everybody that went and saw Journey and had the Belief shirt, okay. You just, yeah, okay. You see them in the crowd, yeah, okay. But also every time you look at the ticket stub, you think back to that night or that day. And there's some concerts, man. I went to some concerts and somebody's going to come up with an app. I'm giving away $1 million idea here. Somebody's going to come up with an app that allows you to go back and create digital ticket stubs for all the concerts you've been at in your life.
That has to exist.
Right? Like that. Somebody's just going to go, yeah, I want to be able to create a vision board and I want and I'm sure there are people out there that still have ticket stubs. Matter of fact, I know people that
I have a few.
I know people depending on their thing. Like I have several friends that have all of their Dave Matthews Band ticket stubs. And they have a bunch. The only people that have more ticket stubs than maybe Dave Matthews is the Grateful Dead. Deadhead fans kept their ticket stubs. And it was religious to them. Deadheads are they may be the greatest fan base, especially music. Deadheads, Parrots for Jimmy Buffett, Fleetwood Mac fans, like their Insane Clown Posse. Their fans just roll different. So I would think that maybe that's it. So I'll work on that. That study of who has the best fan base, the best traveling fan base. Because in sports, it matters too, right? And the question might be, where does Nebraska's fan base rank when it comes to traveling? Nebraska fans might think that they're top 3, right? But are they?
I don't know.
Well, we'll go to break. We'll do some research on the break. We'll come back to one-on-one.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee is a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utility's direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You're listening to One on One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, man. Down the rabbit hole we go. That this music can only mean one thing. That you have painted your face. You've pumped up the biceps and you've tied string around it. You're snorting. You're literally snorting. And you run anywhere you're going, you have to do it in a full sprint. Get to where you're going, run around in circles, grab the rope, pump the ropes. You're being your greatest version of Ultimate Warrior. You talk about fan bases. There are no greater wrestling groupies than Ultimate Warrior fans. It was the most bizarre. That's part of my love for wrestling is the fan base for each wrestler. Like each wrestler has that's literally how you're marketing, how your level and your place in this thing lands. And there were those that did it as heartthrobs. And heartthrobs was relative because you had the guys who drew young women, and then you had the guys who drew older women. And wrestling went from athletic to bodybuilder. There's an era where it went full steroid, super pumped, super jacked. And then I think they're evolving back to athletic. It's less about the muscle. It's more about the athletic ability to move in that space safely, not hurt yourself. But again, in a WrestleMania weekend, if you look at the people who are at the top of the matinee board now, women love Roman Reigns. Long hair, super good looking. Georgia Tech Hall of Fame defensive lineman, Minnesota Vikings. Brock Lesnar falls in that category of, just built. John Cena was built different. Like there weren't a lot of dudes walking around built like John Cena. Like that's really what it is. And then as it evolved, then the CM Punks, the guys that, whereas Triple H maybe had one of the greatest lines ever in a promo. I'll have to paraphrase it so I don't get fined by the FCC. But he told CM Punk, he was calling him out, and he told him to get his skinny fat bleep out to the ring. And the internet lost its mind because it was like, get your skinny fat butt out here. They were like, did he just call him skinny and fat at the same time? Which is the art of promo, and well done. And by the way, with WrestleMania weekend, maybe some of the best promo work in wrestling history has happened in the last 3 weeks. Some of the best in-ring promo business, whether it be face-to-face, like definitely some of the best face-to-face insults. Cody Rhodes last night against John Cena. My jaw was on my desk. I was like, what did he just... I felt like the scene in Rocky, right? Where Drago's just pummeling Apollo Creed and his manager's like, throw in the towel. Just throw in the towel. He's dead already. Cody Rhodes obliterated John Cena last night, setting up Sunday night. But, bruh, Like literally, even at work, if I'm John Cena, I'm probably going to punch Cody for saying some of the things he said. When they get to the back, Cody will be in his locker and Cena's just going to push him in the locker. Like that's what that third thing you said.
I never thought it would be chanting "You can't wrestle" at John Cena.
Oh, bro! Like it was spectacular and amazing. Another one, but this is what the fandom does. We're talking fans. It's one-on-one. Second hour coming right up.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Crash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats, including Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Email Jake at theticketfm.com for more questions or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Early bird registration goes through April 20th, and overall registration goes through May 30th.
Spring is right around the corner, and now's the time to get your John Deere mower prepared for the grass to turn green. To get you ready, Acres reduced the price of its John Deere mower blades, filters, belts, and home maintenance kits by 15%. Gator UTV maintenance parts are also 15% off. Regular maintenance will keep your John Deere equipment going for years. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Offer expires May 31st, 2025. Visit your local Acres for details or go to acres.com to start shopping today.
Early break wrap
What do you have? Oh yeah, good. Someone orders a wrap. I want to go come across the table.
No wrap.
What do you guys have? What's your best wrap?
No.
What's your
so
was that buffalo chicken? That's incredible. Yeah. When you say I want to get, I'm going to stop where they have great wraps. I want to throw a punch.
Here's one too that I encountered
with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom! In your face! WrestleMania weekend. It's a great Lincoln sports weekend. Saturday, there's a bunch. As a matter of fact, there's a doubleheader going on down at Haymarket Park today. There's no softball tomorrow. There's no baseball tomorrow because they're expecting bad weather, and so they moved the Sunday baseball game to 45 minutes after the 1 o'clock game today. So there'll be a doubleheader for baseball. 1 o'clock first pitch, 45 minutes after the last pitch. Second game of the doubleheader against Northwestern. They need to figure it out because, quite frankly, your season's slipping away. Women's softball at 18-5 in the Big Ten, 18-4, 18-5 in the Big Ten, which is phenomenal. And any other year, you're in business. They're in third, but Nebraska's in third in the Big Ten. And the Big Ten, as a matter of fact, they're competing. If they can pull this out today, they're in a pretty good spot forward to maybe hosting something in the postseason. And the year that Jordy Ball is having, wow. Like on the rubber, toe to the circle, and then at home plate. She's hitting 450. She's hitting 450. So shout out to that. You can be a part of what we're doing. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? We invite you in. We will take all of your texts. We appreciate it. All of your comments. Come on through. You can follow on all the video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, LO Channel 961. Download the Ticket app if you have not done so. It travels everywhere, and it makes it simple for you to follow the conversations and what we do here. So if you want to do that, from the text, again, we've been all over the place, and I warned you in advance that we were going to be all over the place. Texas said this. It said, yes, all ticket stubs kept from all concerts. Print, make my own for digital tickets. Post them in my classroom for 7th graders to see. Jay Wright. Yeah, there's some pride to the display. Sports, music, movies, books tell you who you are and who we are. The sports teams that you follow and support, and I don't mean passingly. I mean, fanaticism. You wear the gear, you have tickets. You don't go once in a while. You want to go. Like you need to go all the time. The athletes that you follow, who you root for, who are your sports icons, Jackson?
I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, so
you're forgiven.
I got.
Normally, I would turn off your microphone.
I got some
just for
Cowboys.
saying such a thing. Peter Ferguson and I go back and forth all the time.
I'm a big CD Lamb guy.
Yeah. Why? Oklahoma why?
I like CD Lamb. I've liked him since college.
Why? Tell me why.
He's just so talented. I've always thought he was so good. Then when he fell into our laps in the 2020 NFL draft, I was like, yes. And now he's.
But if he's your guy, the first guy, doesn't mean that like him as a person, you have to kind of like him as a person.
Yeah.
Or does that not mean you just?
I mean,
you just like the memory he creates for you because you root for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean he's done some crazy.
Did you follow him at Oklahoma?
I mean, yeah, when he was in college, I thought he was a dog with Kyler Murray and
so you realize you're in Nebraska, right?
Oh yeah.
Did they throw eggs at you for saying that out loud?
Maybe. At this point, we hadn't played Oklahoma in a long time.
Okay, so CeeDee Lamb, that's one. Who else? Give me somebody in baseball.
Somebody in baseball, Bobby Witt.
So it's brand new.
I love Bobby Witt.
It's brand new. Why? Why do you like Bobby Witt?
Because he's so good.
So you only like good?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. Of course, I don't always like good.
Like
so, and whatever.
Yeah. Basketball.
Basketball. I mean, I grew up in Orlando.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, when Dwight Howard was on the Magic,
yeah,
that was like the pinnacle of basketball for me when I was a kid. So I'd probably say Dwight Howard on the Magic.
So you know I used to run his camps, right?
Oh, really?
I used to run his basketball camps. When he was in Houston.
Loved it when he played for the Magic.
Yeah. Who give me your Orlando Magic all-time starting five.
Oh,
all time. And I'm going to say that if you don't first start with Grant Hill and Tracy McGrady and Penny Hardaway,
T-Mac's on there,
Shaq.
and Penny Hardaway's on. Yeah, if I could put Shaq at the 5, but put Dwight at the 4, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you can. Those are the rules. Penny at point guard.
Yeah, Penny at the point guard. But this is do I put T-Mac at the 2 or the 3?
Well, it depends on who your other option is. Dennis Scott, like what?
There's just so many. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put T-Mac at the 2, but I'm gonna put Hito at the 3.
Turkle, but his time. But is that where his time was though? Was that his apex?
I
time?
mean, Orlando fans surely thought it. I remember going and watching. I remember going and watching him ball out. I was pretty little, but I remember it.
So if you had to do that for Husker basketball, could you do it?
Husker basketball, probably not.
Right? Tougher?
Probably not.
Tougher?
That's a little tougher for me, just because I didn't start paying attention to them until a few years ago. Before I came up here, but Tai Wu. I know Tyronn
Wu. So Phil, he said, at this point in time, I don't blame anyone who has experienced Nebraska's sub-mediocrity and found other teams or players to root for. Just sucks that TD was your go-to.
Okay, I was born in 2004.
Get him, Phil!
Just keep that in mind.
Get him, Phil!
20 years old. The best season that I've seen in my entire life, where I can remember it, is Mike Riley. Mike Riley era. Just keep that in mind.
So you've only had the what do you call what do you call the snacks in the cheese and ham in the to go little small delectables?
Yeah.
Is that so? That's your North Star for nutrition and taste.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You haven't had prime rib, like they haven't given.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sir.
Not yet in sports. I mean, I've been raised a Nebraska fan, a Dallas fan,
sir,
and then, I mean, I guess I grew up a Magic fan, so.
Sir. Like I've been around. So the real thing is that Penny was iconic, but Scott Skiles was a grinder. He was a grinder. T-Mac and Penny Hardaway spent time down there. You could have put Nick Anderson at the 3.
True.
In the space. You could have put Grant at the 4.
I think Boncaro could be on there eventually.
Ronnie
it's just way too early.
Cyclay.
It's just way too early.
Ronnie Cyclay, you could put in. Hold on, we're gonna go through. We're down the rabbit hole we go.
Some great Magic.
So listen. So here's some of the ones. Okay. So it says, and this is from Wikipedia about the Orlando Magic. Franchise established in 1989. Such notable stars as Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, who you could have put in.
Oh, I totally forgot he played for the Magic, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Vince Carter's the Ryan Fitzpatrick of basketball, though, so that's like unfair.
He's in every franchise.
Every franchise.
He's in every franchise. Like he and Dwight Howard. They're both they're both in.
Well, they were there at the same time.
But they're both in everybody's top 10. Like every franchise had a run where
because there's that early 2000s Magic team that made a run to the finals with Dwight. I think Vince was on that team. It might have. He might have came a little bit.
Yeah, it talks about the early years, and wow. So the inaugural team. Wow, these are some names for you. All right, history class. So in the early years, the very first victory came against the New York Knicks in 1989. That inaugural team was 18-64. Thank goodness. Listen, I have a special amount of love for people who root for expansion teams because you got the team and you immediately spent the next 3 years getting your head kicked in.
Oh, yeah.
Like before they got good, they were not good.
You're just waiting.
Like you're just, dear sweet sports Jesus, please let our young players, please let these dudes figure it out. I was in Carolina when they got their expansion team. So Carolina, the Panthers and Jacksonville got their expansion at the same time. And it's always messy because, first of all, you're just taking other people's cast-offs, right? So all the NFL teams, NBA teams, they get to protect X number of players, percentage of their players. And then they leave players unprotected. And then those players, first of all, you get hit with the phone call that, hey, we're not protecting you. We don't really love you.
Right.
We love you, but we don't love you.
Leaving you out to dry.
Like, if the neighbor drives by our front yard and sees you, they can take you and put you in their car and drive home, and you'll be theirs. That's expansion team. I was around when the Washington Capitals first got a team. And in DC, I was stunned. I mean, I was young enough to think, okay, I don't know if it's a hockey town. They had they had American hockey, but they did not have NHL. And hockey was not given the exposure then that it is now. Like you got one hockey game a week, maybe two. And it was always Montreal or Boston or Philly or the Rangers. Like there were 8 teams and that's all. Like you saw the same players. I was in Carolina and their expansion year was terrible. They didn't have a stadium, so they played at Clemson. Team in Charlotte playing in Clemson.
Weird.
But you build a new stadium, it becomes available, right? You build a new stadium downtown or uptown Charlotte, because downtown Charlotte is called uptown. And it's castaways, throwaways, etc. Not good. But that team had a Reggie Theus, who borderline Hall of Famer. Reggie Theus was one of the elite scorers in the NBA for an 8-year run. Reggie Theus was one of he was UNLV before the great UNLV. He and Sidney Green literally carried Vegas basketball. Scott Skiles, Terry Catledge, which was the 1980s version of man, he was a grinder. Absolute grinder. Sam Vincent, of course, who went on to become a coach. Otis Smith, Jerry Reynolds as well. So, and then they went and got, you go and grab, you draft, you get Dennis Scott. Nick Anderson comes along. Brian Williams, who then changed his name, drafted early out of Maryland through Arizona State, who changed his name. I got to know Brian Williams when he was at Maryland under the name of Brian Williams, and he was amazing. Soft-spoken, introvert, cerebral. Changed his name to Bison Dele. later in his career and passed away under some circumstances way far too early. Interesting story if you ever want to go dive in the Bison Daylight. They did a 30-30 on him. You might want to do it. I might want to check that out. But they couldn't get healthy. And then they got lucky. And they got Shaq and Penny and changed it forever. Competed against the Bulls and had a chance. So who you root for says a lot. And the Husker fans, you generally go through it. Who you root for. Like the pride of Husker Nation and Lincoln, right? It says, hardworking, strong work ethic, gritty, like all those catchphrases that you want to be proud of. And there's certain programs that follow that, and those programs are highlighted. But then winning happens, and then losing happens, and then you have to reassess who you really are and go to who you really are. But you ask somebody who they're. So as a coach, I would every year, every team, I would ask my players who their favorite player was because it helped me identify who they were. And so I would have them write me an essay on their favorite player, on the favorite teams, because it let me know who you were. And it was important. Back to the text line. It says, I wouldn't be caught dead pulling for a Sooner. When I grew up, it was always better dead than Sooner red. I even heard my father once say that if it came down to Russia playing Oklahoma for the freedom of this world, he'd have to learn to speak Russian. That is so its own statement. That is the thing that wow. And jokingly, I've called the Dallas Cowboys the evil empire. Like I would even say the name Dallas Cowboys. Like they were just always the evil empire. I landed in a certain space where in the ACC, back when Maryland and Virginia were in the ACC with North Carolina, the only time you would address that ugly blue, that evil blue, is that you had to whisper, "Dirty Tar Heel," because that's how. Sports will do that thing to you. Sports will make you pick. But it's in who you root for. So there are people who simply root for what for community. And being in Northern Virginia, you rooting for your hometown is always better when your pro teams, college teams are winning. When your high school teams are winning. Your high school was a much better place, much kinder place, much happier place when its programs are winning games. When they're not losing, when they're not winning games, there's not a school in the country you want to go to when their teams are getting beat up all the time. There's no pride. Like you can't be pride. Like there are some fan bases that you really have to just go, y'all need a hug. Because they've never won. Like think about that. That there are programs in this country that there are teams in the NFL that have never been to a Super Bowl, let alone played it.
Yeah.
Or won it.
Crazy.
Or won it. Their colleges, I listened to a Husker fan absolutely going back and forth with a Creighton fan. And they were talking basketball, but the Husker fan always had that haymaker in the utility belt. It's like, well, you can always tell me how many football championships you won. And the Creighton person lowers their head and they walk away. It's like, oh, do you even football at Creighton?
You can make the same argument for volleyball.
Right? Like, do you even, yeah. Like in the battle, the Iowa thing, like I've been here 5 years. And
It'll always baffle me.
Yeah, I've fully accepted that I'm never going to say anything good about Iowa.
No.
And I live in a love-based world, and I will say nice things about most things.
Yeah.
No.
It's the basketball that gets me two of your best players hightail it to Nebraska in two separate schools.
Yeah, it's the thing, right? It's just to go, but you have to be here's I have to say this. I put Husker fans who go to tennis matches, wrestling matches, gymnastics meets, I put them on a higher scale, on a higher level than I do football fans. If you're part of the 20,000 that packs PBA for basketball when it wasn't going well, I applaud you, because you're a fan. Like you're supporting it not because they're winning, but because it's who you are. It's easy to go and be part of. And I have to give, as I think about it, I need to give more credit to Husker football fans, because there have been 90,000 folks who kept coming when it wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a fan. Like it means that you're coming for the right reasons. You're showing up at these events for the right reason, consistently, constantly. So yeah, it does matter more. It does burn brighter. But it lets you know, like my big thing is no matter where I've been in the country, I wanted to know why you rooted for who you rooted for. And everywhere I went, here's the thing that always happens. Okay, so everywhere I've been, it comes down to two colors for me. Everywhere I've lived and worked, it came down to two colors for me. And everywhere I lived and worked, DC, Carolina, Houston, or Texas, Utah, California, Southern California. In all of those cases, the gangs wore colors, and the colors were red or blue. Red or blue. Washington Redskins, Dallas Cowboys. I went to Carolina, and it was Carolina blue, Duke blue, NC State. And they really, in Southern California, I was living in Orange County, and it was Dodgers or Angels. Like that's all it was. Like football season, it was Niners or Rams. It's like, what just happened? Why does this keep happening?
Yeah, I'm from Florida, so I got Florida State.
Right. And I went, it's Utah, BYU, Utah, BYU, Utah.
Oh, yeah.
They come here. Nebraska, Creighton.
Yep.
And I'm just like, why? Why?
It's just all, I don't even know.
Why? It keeps happening. It keeps happening. But who you root for says a lot about you, and it's always important to go there. We'll go to break. I need to say to shout out to the Lincoln Stars and let them get win number 2. They get win number 1 last night against Sioux City. The Musketeers, the Fighting Musketeers of Sioux City. This is round 2. Lincoln Stars, they'll go at it again tonight at the Icebox. We'll be back to the ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Raising Cane's is celebrating our golden birthday year. Join the party with Golden Chicken Fingers and a limited edition Golden Blush Puppy that benefits local pet organizations. Get yours while supplies last. See RaisingCanes.com for details. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Spring is right around the corner, and now's the time to get your John Deere mower prepared for the grass to turn green. To get you ready, Acres reduced the price of its John Deere mower blades, filters, belts, and home maintenance kits by 15%. Gator UTV maintenance parts are also 15% off. Regular maintenance will keep your John Deere equipment going for years. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Offer expires May 31st, 2025. Visit your local Acres for details or go to acres.com to start shopping today.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, it's interesting that musically we who we listen to generally makes a statement of who we are. We tend to, like, you can't listen to can you be a Kiss fan and then not and be conservative in your, can you wear preppy clothes if you're like, I'm trying to think of what the extremes are now musically. Emo, earthy, like Swifties fall into their own category of fans. BTS. I'm trying to think of the folks who have these identifiable fan bases.
No Shoes Nation, Kenny Chesney.
So that's a again, country music. I'd have to take your word for it. Kenny Chesney, No Shoes Nation.
They're just so they have their own radio station, like No Shoes Radio, where all of his concerts are broadcasted via like airwaves, like on air. They have their flags, they have all their tailgates. They travel really well, but yeah.
So country music, especially in this part of the country, probably more so than actually in the South, truth be told. Like, it's weird that country music's foothold in the middle of the country, and people who identify as country, but you're not Southern. You're not Southern. And then you go, okay, well, these are farmers. Well, no, but because if you go south, there are a lot of folks down there that they stay far away from that as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So to try to understand, like who's the guy he was just on Saturday Night Live, and he has like around
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, that his concerts, people say it's a movement, and I just went, oh, really?
It's a good show.
I don't tell anybody to not listen to what they listen to, because it's a statement. You listen to what you listen to based on how it makes you feel and what you identify as. I'm not sure I know how to identify a Morgan Wallen fan. Right? Like, as we were saying, Grateful Dead, I can identify. Kiss, I can identify. There's certain fan bases where you go, okay, I get it. I get it. I mean, hip hop has sort of bled over into a lot of things, right? And as much as people will fight it, no, can't. Hip hop has flown into. I mean, it's flown into country music. It's flown into opera. It's shown up at Kennedy Center. So, what you listen to and why you listen to it helps you identify who you are. And again, it's just same as who you are in your fan base. Back in the day, Jimmy Buffett's fans were extremely identifiable. And there's nothing, if you haven't been in a town when Buffett was performing and actually see the crowd of adults come through with parrot hats, you go, wow, like that person has a job. They went to work that day.
Yeah. Well, probably not.
Deadheads. And I asked the question, how do you afford? I used to have deadhead friends. Like, how do you afford leaving your job and your family for 3 or 4 days at a time and going on tour with Grateful Dead? Same for Dave Matthews fans. Dave Matthews fans. Okay. Jackson, help me out here. What is your opinion of Coachella?
I personally don't get the hype. It's just a little, you spend a ridiculous amount of, I know that it's like you're seeing the artist, but I don't know. For it to be a whole week thing and you're camping out, for me, doesn't seem like it would be my type of event.
So again, I'm old enough that Woodstock was in my lifetime.
Yeah.
The original Woodstock was in my lifetime. Live Aid.
Dude, Live Aid, I feel like I would like that.
Live Aid. Country had its festivals.
Oh, yeah.
What was the woman's tour back in the day? There's a woman's tour that it was all women acts, and it crossed over from pop to country to otherwise, and you just go, wow! Like I went to one and rather enjoyed myself. But festivals tend to be a thing. I mean, literally, I was having this conversation with Luke here at the mill. There's a thing in DC called the WHFS Festival, and that was the alternate radio station. So it was like the college alternate music station, where anything little fair. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, where you could go, any variety of people. Sheryl Crow, Jewel, Dixie Chicks. Like it would be an all-day festival, sometimes 2 days. But HFS Festival was alternate music. So imagine that one year, Beastie Boys, Courtney Love and Hole, Beck, Jamiroquai, like this full range of music. And you just go, and then they would have 4 or 5 stages, and they'd have a country stage, they have a hip hop stage, they have a pop stage, and you just go, yeah. And then the blending is what became interesting because, ultimately all of these partitions would end up in the big pool for whoever the main event was. And they did a pretty good job of making sure that the event, Dave Grohl, right, where he would kind of unite everybody under one umbrella. Dave Matthews again would unite everybody. There's certain bands that would kind of cross over. Ben is all over it. Yeah, Lollapalooza. Phil, you're right. Yeah, the festivals. That's why I like them, because there is like a jamboree.
Yeah.
And so those events, Coachella.
Coachella's just different. Like I don't know. Like Lollapalooza, I feel like I don't know. That's separate from Coachella. Coachella's just I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, well, but that's why that's just it, right? That we get in our pocket, and then we get in our head, and we have this idea of what this thing would be, and sleeping at Live Aid, no.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't. No, I will leave you and come back. I will come back tomorrow, but I don't need to be here.
I've just seen like they have like these like on-site showers for Coachella, and you have to wait like an hour and a half, 2 hours to shower every day. That just sounds a little bizarre.
Yeah,
but hey, if it's your thing, go for it.
Well, you are conservative in nature, so I would imagine that yes. But I'm also conservative enough to go, no, I'm not staying in line to shower. No. Like, I don't want, listen, I made a commitment in my life that I was never going to go camping again. Listen, if I will fight you. I will fight you. So sleeping outdoors in a tent on the ground? No.
Yeah.
No. I showered in enough shared community as an athlete that I have zero desire to shower in a public shower.
That's fair.
Like those bugs don't know me. Those bugs don't care. And I'm all for cooking outdoors. I don't like eating outdoors.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I don't need bugs in my food.
That's fair.
I don't want bugs around my food.
That's fair. See, I see like the opposite. I'm from Florida, so it's like every other place is outdoor.
Y'all are weird.
Yeah.
Like, does Florida know that they're weird, or do they embrace their weird?
Oh, we embrace it.
You embrace it. So you have full understanding that.
But here's the thing. I'm not dining outdoors like in the middle. I don't know. Like it depends. Like
what have you eaten?
Waterfront dining.
What have you eaten?
Cool.
What have you eaten?
Oh, so many.
What have you? Come on, give me the list, Jackson.
I mean, I've ate fish outdoors.
No gator.
No, I actually did have gator outdoors.
How was your gator?
It's good. Gator tail's good. Frog legs are good. Some other Florida stuff. I don't know.
And that's Gulf stuff.
Yeah.
Because that stuff also transcends and travels to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of the same thing. But no, bro.
Gator tail's so good, man. It sounds like you say it and you're like, what? But yeah. Good stuff.
Ben says, yo, showering in public and holding a face-to-face conversation while just it's an ultimate power move. Listen, Bill and Bennett says turtle soup. No, not for me.
Oh, no.
Not for me. Not for me.
Well,
not for me.
I'm not. Well,
but you know people. But you know people.
Yes.
You know people.
Certain turtle soups are illegal here in the United States, but
Fred Hoiberg. Yep, that's why you're my dude. He goes, listen, I tell my kids now, I'm an adult now. I have a house. I don't need to sleep outside.
That's fair.
Yeah, because there are people who go, we're going camping. And then they say, I don't want to sleep on the ground. Like, I don't like that. And they said, okay, you sleep on an air mattress.
I'm still outside.
Still no.
Yeah.
And they said, well, no, we sleep in a camper. Then why are you going camping?
Yeah.
Why? If you got a full camper with beds and bath, like indoor, why are you?
It's fair. Definitely fair.
Yeah. Phil, yeah. the Lollapalooza thing. I like things. I mean, this is why I love sports like I do, is that it brings a large number of people together and makes you put down other things to be together and be around other people. And that also means that you have to be accepting of other things and other people, right? You have to be accepting that that, yeah, Nebraska's hosting and there's 90,000 seats and there's going to be some visitors and it's going to help you measure who you are. Like you're going to look at the opposing players. Like, man, they're much bigger than we are. Hey, man, that looks different. They're taller. Like we look at Nebraska basketball. You go and you look at the opposing teams in the Big Ten. You go, oh, they look different.
Yeah.
They fan different.
Oh, yeah.
They fan different, right? Like I would imagine that in the days when Nebraska and Texas played, that meeting in the middle of Texas and Nebraska, that I would have bought a ticket just to watch those people engage. My favorite part about Ohio State and Michigan is rarely the games. It's the meeting of those two fan bases.
Like Colorado's really interesting too.
Right. Like we know, like I am fully engaged in, I do not. Okay. So let me say this publicly. Like I almost got in a fight in Colorado.
Yeah.
When the Huskers went. Like Jay Foreman and Vershawn Jackson had to pull me off somebody. And then later my wife had to pull me off somebody.
It was an interesting perspective working security in Memorial Stadium when they were here.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Different deal.
That's for sure.
But I'm also not of the ilk that I have disdain for Deion Sanders. I don't have that venom for Deion. I have a venom for Colorado football. And I have venom for Colorado football fans. But I haven't tied them all together to Deion. There are people that do, and I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with you not liking Deion because he just happens to be the coach at Colorado. My thing is if Deion was here, he would be the same hero that he is there.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool with that. So it just helps you identify who people are, what you root for.
Mm-hmm.
Music matters, right? It's a big thing of like Uncle DP is going to take you back. So in the day of cassettes, you used to have in your car, you had a case of cassettes. And depending on how cool you are and how eclectic you are, that's how big your case was. Because there are people that would have a case that could fill the back seat. There are those that would have, 8, their go-to 8 or 10. Or there are people that would have 20, right? If you're on a road trip, you need your 20. You need your 20 on the road trip. On a long road trip, like we would go from DC to Florida for spring break. You need 20 just to rotate, right? The thing of getting in somebody's car that you didn't know or you kind of knew to see what music they listen to told you everything you need to know.
Mm.
And let me tell you, I broke up with some girls because of their cassettes. I had a really impressive woman who asked me to listen to Ace of Base for an hour, and look, Jackson, I ended it immediately. Immediately. We'll close up 101, get you all set up for Tank Perry Company.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Big Brothers Big Sisters is bringing back Bowl for Kids' Sake. Create a team, raise donations, and join the bowling celebration at Sun Valley Lanes and Games on May 2nd. Every contribution helps to create and support one-to-one mentoring relationships for Lincoln's young people. Learn more and register today at bbbsmidlands.org under the Events tab. Big Brothers Big Sisters, igniting the power and promise of Lincoln's youth for over 50 years.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rush into your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to BeBigNow.org.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Poor Jackson. His Saturdays have forever changed because he has to sit here with me for. Yes. Was I valid in ending a relationship with a young lady for playing that album? Was I wrong?
I mean, no. You definitely weren't wrong.
Is there a band, like if you went on a first date with a woman and you got in her car or she got in your car and she put, but the song of choice, if she chose something and you just went, nope, nope, not doing it.
I mean, yeah.
Not doing it. Like I dated through ABBA. ABBA.
ABBA.
So,
oh man,
right? And then I really did once have a woman try to end the date because of my steak order, because I ordered it well done.
Ooh.
She was a rare woman. She was a rare woman, and I was well done. And we just looked across the table. And
has that changed since you've gone to Nebraska?
No, not one bit.
That's interesting.
No, that is a cultural thing. That is a cultural thing.
Okay.
There's some actual American history behind cooking meat well done. Yeah, there's a cultural thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, my grandma. If I ordered anything but well done, my grandmother, I could hear my grandmother's voice. Baby, you got to love yourself better than that. And I know Nebraska likes it, but absolutely. So do yourself a favor. Go do the research on well done, like culturally what that is. But on the other side, I am that way. I will not dismiss you, but I will look at you differently if you use ketchup with your steak.
Oh, with steak. Okay. Yeah, that's a little.
Like I would look. Again, I understand your freedom of choice.
Unless it's like steak and eggs or something, I don't see the justification.
Well, but if you can do it, that was literally the argument was that if you could do it for steak and eggs and breakfast potatoes, and if it's on your plate and it's in the taste, then you could do that.
I mean, I feel like using ketchup on a steak is just an insult to the person that made it, because you're supposed to be seasoning it enough. And
Dwayne got it. He got it. He literally, Jackson. He goes, DP. I think with that girl, you saw the sign.
You saw the sign.
That literally is what Jackson said.
That's funny.
Like in the car, like it was a drive. It was supposed to be an hour and 20-minute drive, and she popped. Listen, if she had a mixtape, and Jackson, have you ever made a mixtape for anybody?
No.
See, y'all miss out because the mixtape was the greatest devotion of love and statement of who you are, because you would pick 8 to 15 songs that were either for you or for her, right? And you pick 8 songs that said, this is what I think of you. This is how I feel when I'm with you. So that when we're together or when we're apart, I can put in this tape and I can feel connected to you. And I got in this car, and if it had been a mixtape, I still would have looked at her funny. But she pulled out the whole Ace of Base album.
It's crazy.
And the song's screaming, all that she wants is another baby. Hey, deuces. This is not. The texter says, yeah, the thing with steak and eggs is that it's usually getting made with last night's steak. So it's going to be a little dry. Go ahead and sauce it up. Now, I'm okay with the sauce. A1 it, I understand. I'll give you credit. Ketchup?
Yeah.
And I'm still becoming less judgmental about tofu. Because what is tofu?
I don't even think
what is
that
tofu?
Eat tofu know what tofu
right?
is.
So what are we doing? Right? Is there a thing that you would break up with somebody for if they asked you to eat it?
I once told my current girlfriend that it would be well done steak. When we went to, I took her. The first time she came up here, I took her to Misty's.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and I was like, "What you're about to order is gonna,
It's
decide the course of this relationship."
It's a statement.
And she was like, "What?"
And you grew up out of it.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, yeah.
You grew up out of it.
My dad's born and raised Nebraskan, so that's just the way I was.
No, here's my thing. And again, choices, right? Freedom of choice.
Yeah.
But looking at somebody cutting into a bloody steak, and everybody saying, "That's not blood." It is. Stop it. It absolutely is.
No, yeah. That's fair.
Like, I'm looking at you eating raw meat. You're eating raw meat.
What's your opinion on like sushi?
No.
Just no. Okay.
I'm constant.
It's gotta be cooked.
hey, listen, cook my food, bro.
No, I got you.
Cook my food, and we fight. Don't go anywhere. Tank Perry coming up here on the ticket to take you through the next hour. Some Todd Euler coming in. We'll have a full Saturday for you. Get you all set for WrestleMania tonight.